Everything Love, the Deep Dive by N.I.Praise. It's more than a study guide, loving deeply and so if you decide to participate as an individual, as a couple, as a family, and as a group, I want you to bear this in mind. Recommend that you read the book, or you can read the book alongside the deep dive, because when you're done reading a chapter, you can choose to go into the deep dive about that chapter. It's going to lead to a better experience of Everything Love and the deep guide when you use them alongside each other, okay? Because they are complementary resources. Okay, so if you're going to utilize this resource effectively, and if you're going to experience clarity, to really engage with this deep dive, to experience loving deeply and more. So as an individual, sit out quiet time. Okay, so you need a quiet place. You don't need the noise and all that stuff. Okay, so hence you're going to need a journal. You're going to need an instrumental music to draw you in. Okay, I've talked to us about the value of instrumental music, okay, in engaging with knowledge, how it's like the ladders that help you to ascend, to go deeper. Okay, they are like melodies in the spirit. They are ladders to create atmospheres that brings the communication of certain knowledge or the revelation you're trying to understand. It takes you deeper, clears out your soul, and you begin to soar deeper. Okay, so you need an instrumental music, you need a journal. So this book is going to aid you in journaling. Okay, some of us who are not used to journaling is actually this system of going deeper or going deeper into things emotionally, or going deeper into things structurally, where you get to pour out yourself. Okay, you spend time with yourself and with the Holy Spirit, and then you begin to pour out your heart, bare your soul. And sometimes there are things you won't find expressions to until you begin to learn to journal. Okay, there are people who journal about their day. There are those who journal about what they study in the Bible. There are those who journal about a life experience. Okay, maybe a career path, a career journey they're taking, or something about something they're going through in the moment. But I want you to see the Everything Love to the deep dive as a journey that requires journaling, because there's a section that requires that you journal stuff. Okay, you begin to get prompted, begin to think, begin to meditate on stuff, and then the next thing you got to do is you got to write them down. You understand that? Okay, remember when the Bible talks about writing things down, you say write the vision down, write it down, get the vision. I'll stand on my watch and I'll wait on what he's going to tell me, and I'm going to get visions. So as you begin to read this and go deeper, you're going to get visions. You're going to be prompted to get visions. You're going to be prompted to go get into deep places in meditation. All right, so get a journal, get an instrumental music, and you need a Bible app or a Bible. Okay, the reason why I recommended a Bible app is simply because in the Bible app you have like the Bible Hub. I use the Bible Hub. Okay, the Bible. Okay, so the Bible, it gives you this access to other translations, so you can compare and go deeper. Okay, remember it's called a deep dive, and if you're going to go deeper, you need to reference. You need to go deeper. You're going to see scriptures. Yeah, you're going to see scriptures in this deep dive. Okay, the next thing you need a private space void of noise and distraction. Now, secondly, I want you, as you begin to use this deep dive, be honest in your response. It contains questions. Be very honest in your question, in your response. Allow God to reveal areas where your understanding of love needs to grow. This is very, very important. Be very honest. Okay, so the third thing you need to do as an individual, if you're using this deep dive of Everything Love, is apply the practical challenge of every chapter in your daily life. Every chapter has a practical challenge. I'm going to talk about them in the 11-part structure. If you haven't gotten, or you're not anticipating to get, the deep dive or the book Everything Love, I want you to check in the comments or check out on social media or go to your Google search. You're going to find it. Everything Love N.I.Praise, or the deep dive. Everything Love the deep dive. We're going to make sure it's available everywhere. Welcome to the deep dive. I'm N.I.Praise, and I lead the Kingdom organization, the PGR Nation, bringing you into the flourish through the systems and the resources of the kingdom. You flourish. Everything Love, the deep dive by N.I.Praise. It's more than a study guide, loving deeply and more. Flourishing life, thriving relationships, blissful homes, and societal transformation.
To keep you updated and ever flourishing, and also for our live streams and live events in the PGR Nation. Please subscribe, join the PGR Nation's Telegram channel with this link.